Commissioner Werfel, can you explain what the applicable federal rate, or AFR, is?
I think you're referring to the overall tax rate for the public, if I understand correctly.
Well, the applicable federal rate, as I understand it, it's a minimum interest rate that the Internal Revenue Service allows for private loans. Is that correct?
I believe you're correct, ma'am.
Okay. So if someone gave his or her family member, including a brother, a loan, would that person have to charge an interest rate equal to or higher than the current AFR?
I don't believe they would have to charge an interest rate. But again, if you're going to walk me into a hypothetical, I'd want to make sure that I'm getting it right and consult with my team. But I don't think they're required to provide an interest rate. It depends on whether they're going to treat it as a gift or a loan, and there's a lot of implications there.
Well, then I have a follow-up. If a rate less than, it's my understanding that there is an AFR and that it is to be charged. But if the rate is less than the AFR, so if it's somebody gives you a loan and they don't charge you an interest rate, then the loan is technically a gift, which carries certain tax implications. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. You answered
Sorry, yes.
Okay. So if someone gave his or her family member a personal loan of, say, $200,000, but an interest rate equal to or higher than the AFR at the time was not charged, would that loan then be considered a taxable gift?
Again, you're getting into a hypothetical where I'd want to know a lot of other facts and have kind of expert accountants with me advising. So I think it's dangerous for me to say yes or no unequivocally on a fact pattern where I'd probably need a lot more information. There might be other countervailing factors in play that would impact the...
Well, now what kind of countervailing factors would you hypothesize?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure where you're going with your fact pattern. I don't know.
Well, let's just. I'm just trying
whether there's someone that's been deceased, the timing of this issue.
Yeah, I'm just trying to determine if this loan does not have interest charged to it, then would that be considered a taxable gift? And other factors may come into play, but is it a taxable gift?
I don't know the amount. For example, there is a
well, I used $200,000.
Okay, fair enough. Again, at risk of walking through a hypothetical where I don't know the facts, as a general matter, yes, there's a tax. You're describing a situation that may have a taxable event.
Okay, great. Glad we were able to establish that. So. Next, the so-called Inflation Reduction Act gave the IRS an additional $80 billion in funding, and you've been talking about that. I think we can all agree that that's an incredible amount of money, right? That's a lot of money, isn't it?
It is.
Even in today's day, way of judging money. So even after Congress trimmed this amount down to nearly $60 billion in the Fiscal Responsibility Act, how many new agents does the IRS plan to hire?
So we are hiring.
Your mic's not on.
We're hiring not just agents, we're hiring customer service reps, accountants, agents. We have published our 3-year view of staffing, which I'm very confident on because I can make key assumptions about needs and market trends.
Okay, let me ask you.
We are at 90,000 today, and I think over the next 3 years, we should be over 100,000, but not much over 100,000.
Okay, so how many tax enforcement agents out of the ones that you've planned to hire would there be in that 3-year plan?
I might have that number on me, Congresswoman.
I'm about out of time.
Yeah. We should be hiring about 8,000 total, if I'm reading my charts correctly, by the end of 2025.
Okay. So you've previously stated the IRS would not target taxpayers earning below $400,000 per year. How can we be sure that the new IRS agents and tax enforcement resources will not go to targeting middle-class taxpayers and small businesses?
I appreciate the question. We publish our audit rates each year, and you can assess those audit rates by income level. So it's a very transparent way of being held accountable that the audit rate for people earning less than $400,000 will not increase.
So you are guaranteeing that you will not increase the number of audits of people making less than $400,000 a year.
That is my marching order to the IRS, and if we fall short of that, I will be held accountable for it, but we will publish those rates.
I noticed before you said your marching orders, and a little while ago you said you had control of the IRS. I'm glad to know somebody in federal government feels that he or she has control of some agency. So we'll come back to you with that. I'm sure it's going to show up in the minutes that you are in control.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congresswoman, if you